Don't ever think that I'm afraid to espouse what I'm thinking just to keep you around. I don't care. I'm going to say my thoughts whether you leave or not. Whether we go down 1 million subs or not. I don't care.
You want to know how I know that this video should never been published? The focus was completely off, man. The camera really tried to save these dudes. Is this the beginning of the downfall of the Abba and Preach arc? They came to their boy Destiny's rescue. At least that's how the internet feels about it. We're going to see this video they did reacting to Destiny's controversial comments in regards to the attempted assassination of Donald Trump and the comments he made in regards to the firefighter that died, and if you're a conservative fan of his as well. Here's a quick clip of his comments, and then we're gonna get into the Abba and Preach reaction.
Get the dude, the firefighter guy, Trump, the people that support him. I just want you to know, okay, just in case you're confused or it seems like I'm, you don't, whatever. If one of you were in the crowd and you're a conservative fan of mine and you end up, you know, getting blown away or whatever the I'm making fun of you the next day on Twitter. I am, 100%.
I think the only unfortunate thing about this whole video is that it might have been out of focus. All right, today's topic, by popular demand, everyone wanted us to cover my girl Destiny and her recent comments. And if you aren't aware, after the Trump assassination attempt, in which I think someone else in the crowd ended up passing away from the bullet that missed Trump, a lot of people had a lot of things to say. A lot of people were talking about it. We were on vacation, so I didn't really give a And also, I'm not American, so not my country, not my problem.
Abba, don't say not American, not my country, not my problem. Don't forget who pays your bills, bro. Don't forget who pays your bills, man. Don't forget who allows Canada to be the safe place that you love and enjoy, you know? That's what we do. We take care of that for you, man. And also, man, don't say not my country, not my problem when your entire channel is built on America, bro. Most of the content that I've seen from you, bro, is shit that happens out here in the US.
He made some comments, essentially, laughing, didn't really care. If I could summarize everything in a very gleeful tone, he was saying, fuck around and find out, which I hope is a pretty fair summation of what he was essentially trying to say. He says, if you're somebody who engages in violent rhetoric, as Trump does, according to him, and if you're one of his supporters who supports somebody who's an insurrectionist who wanted to overthrow the government, suspend the Constitution, yada, 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 I don't really care if bad things happen to you because you're the kind of person who encourages people to violence. That was a stake, and he's like, I don't care. And he said so by making jokes, and a lot of people had a problem with it. They felt it was insensitive, it was disgusting, etc., etc. Is that a fair summation? Yeah. All right. I saw some people saying he endorses assassination attempts, or...
I don't think that's a fair assessment. He said that if you're one of his conservative fans and you die, he's going to make fun of you the next day on Twitter. I don't think that was fair at all.
He's saying people should... It's not what he said. From everything I've seen, and I'll probably post the clips of him talking about it, he hasn't said that.
Get the dude, the firefighter guy, Trump, the people that support him. I just want you to know, okay, just in case you're confused or it seems like I'm, you don't, whatever. If one of you were in the crowd and you're a conservative fan of mine and you end up, you know, getting blown away or whatever the fuck, I'm making fun of you the next day on Twitter. I am, 100%.
You see, that's a fair assessment of what he said. You guys kind of try to clean it up a little bit there for him.
Reporting a traitor to this country caught astray, I'm so sad, please. As well as Donald Trump incited an insurrection and then was granted full criminal immunity for possibly all of his involvement. I have zero sympathy for anything that happens to him or anyone who supports him. If I've offended anyone with my recent tweets, I'd like to make things right. DM me and I'll buy you front row seats to the next Trump rally. There was this moment where Piers Morgan says you seem almost gleeful, then saying that makes you frankly despicable, with Destiny responding,
I don't think I'm gleeful about anything. I don't think anybody should die. I don't think anybody deserves to die.
Which you can still say is incredibly bad, but I just want to be accurate as possible. So, listen.
People on the internet tend to do this thing, right, where they'll say something really messed up and then afterwards try to clean it up, you know? So he just literally said there, if you're a conservative fan of mine and you were there and you die, I'm making fun of you the next day. And then he tries to clean it up by saying, I don't think anybody should die. It's like, no, come on, man. Don't try to change it now. And then people go and respond to the correction. It's like, no, it's part of the whole story, you feel me? You said what you said, and then you're doing damage control. Let's not respond to the damage control, making sense. Oh, look, this is what he said. He said he doesn't believe anybody should die. Nah. He was very clear with what he meant.
I'll say this, man. You know, sometimes y'all DM me or leave me comments. You're like, oh, you afraid to talk about your girl? I don't give a. First off, fuck you and fuck anybody who think I got a problem with saying this shit. I ain't afraid of saying none of this stuff. And I think a lot of you in the fan base have gotten very comfortable because you've seen that for a long time. We've covered trans women in sports or all this other stuff. So you think like we perfectly align with some of you on the far right where you guys are like, I don't believe in none of this. I'm not with you. I have no problem saying that. And if me saying that bothers you, you need to take a hike, okay? Just because I made fun of fucking dweeby liberals who go and want to have safe spaces and do all this corny shit, it does not mean
I've never understood content creators who turn their back on the people that are responsible for their success on the internet. It's like, why do you have to say all that? Like, why do you have to say it? Fuck you. Like, why is that necessary, Abba? You don't have to say that. You can just say, listen, guys, we're not going to agree on everything, man. Don't think that, you know, I lean a specific way as a result of what you see. You know, and they do tend to be very balanced for the most part, which is why I watch some of their videos here and there whenever I got time. You know what I'm saying? But you don't got to say, give the middle finger. Bro, you going Tupac with it? For what? Don't forget who pays your bills, bro. America pays your bills, right? But your viewers also pay your bills, man. Who mostly, I guarantee you, are from America.
It's a right-winger who thinks all libs are bad, okay? That's you. Now, we don't align there. If you can handle that, stick around. If you can't, that's none of my business. But don't ever think that I'm afraid to espouse what I'm thinking just to keep you around. I don't care. I'm going to say my thoughts whether you leave or not. Whether we go down 1 million subs or not. I don't care. And as far as what Destiny goes, I'm not bothered by it at all. Why?
I'm glad you don't care if you go down 1 million subs or not, man. I'm glad you don't care, man. Y'all haven't been killing on the internet long enough for you to feel confident talking like that, bro. Let's look at some of the comments from his fans before we continue with the video, right? Check this out. This is how his fans feel about the situation, right? Are you guys going the H3 route? Destiny disparaged someone who just died and Abba throws a whataboutism in it. Unsubbing creators deserve to know why their fans leave. And before people throw in the stupid herder, what about Republicans saying this? Yeah, that's fucked up too. First, they defended Chris for Mr. Beast by saying something dumb like being a trans parent doesn't affect the kid. Yeah, when they said that, I was like, all right, you gotta be out of your goddamn mind. When one parent is not in the home, it affects the kids. Right? And that's to a heterosexual couple. You know what I'm saying? Husband and wife, you know, man and woman. You know, one parent's not present, it affects the kids. So you're going to tell me that dad been dad the whole time, and then he shows up as mom. He's like, why? I got 2 moms? You're going to tell me that doesn't affect the kid, bro? It's like, come on, man. When I heard him say that, I was like, whatever. Listen, bro, not everybody's going to get everything right all the time. You know what I'm saying? But certain things, it's just like, you didn't put no thought into that one, right? Or maybe perhaps you don't understand who your audience is, because they are from Canada, right? Cut to now with Chris's shit burning, and now they do this. Were they replaced by body snatchers over the break? Politics have infected people so bad that condemning someone to death because their political views don't align with yours to molecular level is the norm. Yeah, the whole Chris situation, man, like this guy is legitimately a pedo. Like legitimately, you feel me? Like, you know the doctor was disrespecting when he got caught talking to a 17-year-old girl? This guy Chris is talking to like kids. You know what I'm saying? Like 9, 10, 11 years old kids, you know, pubescent. Because a lot of people, man, they throw that word around very loosely nowadays, man. And you know what happens? It's like the whole racism thing. They call everybody a racist. Eventually the word don't mean nothing, right? But yeah, that whole Chris situation is crazy, man. Mr. Beast is trying to distance himself now. But I mean, at the end of the day, everybody said that he knew. So let's see how that goes. Crazy being lectured about freedom of speech by Canadians. That's actually a pretty funny one. Why do you continue to ride for this worm is beyond me. Take Destiny was also saying people who support him should die too. It's like you guys say a company doesn't have to pay you if you're saying things that would tarnish the platform. Honestly, Destiny looks like he's having a serious mental breakdown, which I agree. When I seen him in that video of Morgan Pierce, he was like shaking and stuff like that. It reminded me of Sneeko when he was talking to Abba, and Abba was trying to like pretty much, you know, let him know that when he was going down that red pill arc, why his way of thinking was flawed, and like it was like his brain just couldn't deal with it, and he was just like shaking, like he couldn't handle it. It's crazy, man. But I also do think that Destiny was having a mental breakdown right there live in front of the world. You feel me? So I don't pass too much judgment in regards to what's happening with the dude. I mean, at the end of the day, if you look to Destiny, you expect anything different than this. I mean, I don't know what the hell is wrong with you at that point, right? I don't look to these content creators, bro, as anything outside of just content creators. The dude lets dudes, bro, smash his wife. He's in open marriage, bro. He's out there having sex with men and women. You guys think that this is the guy that's... Come on, man. Stop attaching morality to these people, man. Especially when you look how they openly live their lives, you know? So when he said that shit did not shock me. You know, I was shocked the way the internet reacted. I feel like, nah, you know what? I think they're using this as an excuse to cancel this dude. I think everybody's just tired of him and they're trying to get rid of him. And now I'm preaching. If y'all continue to go down that path, man, you're going to be next. So y'all better be careful with that one. Honestly, Destiny looks like he's having a serious mental breakdown unrelated to the situation. If you guys are his friends, I think you should check in with him. I mean that sincerely. That's actually a good piece of advice, right? But let's continue on with the video.
Because the way he talks is normal for American political landscape, okay? I have seen it degenerate over the last 10 years, especially since Trump joined, where people say all kinds of stuff, including Trump himself. I've watched Trump say he wanted to punch protesters in the face.
And he's walking out, and we're not allowed, you know, the guards are very gentle with him. He's walking out like big high fives, smiling, laughing, like to punch him in the face, I'll tell you. And we'll stand up to crazy Nancy Pelosi, who ruined San Francisco. How's her husband doing, by the way? Anybody know?
And what you
we'll talk to you about that later.
Yeah, but there's not going to be time. I'm just curious if you
Okay,
have the
speak
right
with
now.
Shane, please.
But you don't.
Sick and tired of you guys. The last time that came in here, you did the same thing. Get the hell out of here. Jesus. Get the hell out of here. The last guy did the same thing. You were the guardian.
Yes, and you just broke my glasses.
The last guy did the same damn thing.
You just body slammed me and broke my glasses.
Destiny and others have essentially said is being a hypocrite in this situation, tweeting out a screenshot of Rubin memeing about hammer time after what happened to Paul Pelosi. Also linking to when Rubin wrote, here's hoping that AOC, Rashida, and Ilhan join Aaron Bushnell in his brave protest, who if you don't remember is the service member who lit himself on fire to protest what was happening in Gaza.
I've seen all kinds of politicians from Dan Crenshaw talking about punching Antifa people in the face and talking about violence all the time. It has become normalized in a first world country like America to engage in politics like a third world country.
Politics can get dirty here in the States, but all that I feel like is very different than what actually happened. Like a first responder lost his life, a firefighter. That's what people are pissed off about. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, a firefighter, somebody who's risking his life every single day to protect others, man, lost his life. You can't go down low. You've never heard Donald Trump or anybody on the right or even people on the left, bro, making fun of a first responder for dying on the job. You know what I'm saying? Like that's to me is completely different. Everything else, again, this is America. This is America. Don't catch me slipping though. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, politics do get dirty out here, but I just feel like it was the timing of it, bro. An assassination attempt. I didn't think that I would live through an assassination attempt. I thought that was just politics of the past. It's 2024 and they try to take out Donald Trump, man. Missed him. Barely missed him. You know what I'm saying? Firefighter gets killed and then you feel like it's okay to go on and say this because what? Republicans were talking shit in the past? Come on, man.
That's how y'all talk about violence and shit in your country. And it's not just Dems. I've seen Republicans do it. And so, do I really care that someone else made a fuck around? I don't care. This is your playground. This is the sandbox that y'all created. You want to condemn all this behavior, you guys go ahead. But as an outsider, I'm just seeing more of the same.
It's not about fuck around and find out, bro. It was the comments in regards to the firefighter. You know what I'm saying?
The thing that happened is that you go on platforms and you call people from the left snowflakes because they're acting a certain way.
Yep.
Now look at you, you're doing the same thing.
Yeah.
You guys are doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Like a snowflake is not someone on the left. A snowflake is just someone that just can't handle being talked about.
Yep.
That's a snowflake. And you can be people on the right, y'all can be snowflakes too.
Yep.
Because the way you're like, I can't believe that's what they doing over there.
Absolutely.
And then you do that over there too. It's just you're the same people. You have the same MO, the same modus operandi, and you have the same way of working as them. You just have different ways of thinking, but it's the same way.
How many times during the BLM protests were people talking about mowing them down or running them over, doing all kinds of violence? That was normal.
That was normal.
That's you guys talking about your fellow citizens and talking about how you guys want violence against them. And that was normal.
I mean, bro, the BLM protest, bro, that's an understatement, bro. I live in New York City, bro. I know what a protest looks like, bro. That whole BLM shit was completely different, bro. They were destroying and burning down the entire country, bro. I remember driving down Broadway in New York City, bro, in Manhattan. And all of the retail stores were boarded up, bro. It looked like a third world country. They were all boarded up because people were breaking into the stores looting. That's a little bit of an understatement.
In the right circles. So don't sit here now and then act like somebody who doesn't care about the fact that a right winger died is some big surprise to you. You know, that to me is a little bit pathetic. That's Elon Musk pathetic. All talking about, oh, I want to run a free speech platform. You're platforming everything under the sun, from neo to doesn't matter who it is, okay? You can even have the Ayatollah. He's up there, okay? They can spew whatever they want, anti-gay, anti-black, whatever. Destiny makes that joke, and then you want a pearl clutch? Bro, get him out of here.
Elon didn't ban them, though. From my understanding, he just demonetized them. So it's still a platform of freedom of speech, right? Just because you have freedom of speech doesn't mean you have the free to get paid. The right to get paid, bro. What do you mean?
Get him out of here. This is the biggest amount of pearl clutching I ever seen from most of these people, and the hypocrisy is crazy. Now, if you want to say you're not okay with what Destiny said, I got a problem with that.
You're fine to say.
You can say it's bad behavior because at the end of the day, it's bad from everybody. Destiny's just engaging more with the bad. But do I actually care that all the people, all the pigs playing in the mud look like pigs? No. And I know this video is going to be unpopular with a lot of you. I also don't care. Don't ever think that I'm afraid to say what I'm going to say because it makes some of y'all upset or makes that. I don't give a shit.
I mean, you reach in there a little bit, bro, with the whole I don't care about your fan base, bro. Like, you got to be careful there, man. Don't burn with Destiny, bro. Like, you're saying a lot of stuff that just doesn't need to be said, man. You could say, listen, man, I'm not fazed by what he said. What the fuck do you expect? You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, they played dirty down there. Me seeing Destiny play dirty, I ain't shocked. It is what it is. Worst thing have been said and done before. You could say whatever you want, bro. But talking down and talking shit to your audience, bro, the people who pay your bills 2 times, right? America and your fans. I don't think that's a wise thing to do, man. And that's one thing that I've noticed about content creators, man. Once they become extremely successful, they feel like they almost can't be touched. It's like they feel like they're too big to fail. And that is a big mistake, man. Big mistake.
My friend, sure. Am I biased because of it? Probably. But honestly, when I sit back and think about it, and even when I talk about it with my people, none of them really disagreed that heavily. So that's how I feel about it. And all of this talk about, oh, you guys are afraid to talk about I don't give a shit. I'm not American. That's your problem. That's your country. Right?
Abba, we pay your bills, Abba. Be careful, bro. What do you mean you don't care about America, man?
I generally don't talk about presidential elections in other countries. It's not my place. You wanted it, you got it. Now you're unhappy with it, door's right there.
You can't talk about freedom of speech, but then when it's not aligned with what you're thinking, you can't say stuff like that. That's not what freedom of speech means.
Bro.
Freedom of speech actually means that the person that disagrees with you have the right to say it.
Yeah.
They have the right to say it. And depending on what they say, there's consequences, but they have the right to say it. Go ahead, say it. Say it out loud with your chest. It might not be in line with what I think. Bro, that's what freedom of speech is. So the minute you have this guy that does not agree with you and says something that you said in the past, it's still freedom of speech. You want it, or they want it too. Bro. And that's how it works.
What are your thoughts?
My thoughts are it's pretty... You can disagree with what someone and the politics of someone. It's always going to be wild when you're going to be like, oh yeah, if they die, man, people are going to have a problem with that. That's for sure. You can disagree with the politics of some person and be like, yeah, disagree with the politics. But in wishing death upon the person, or if death happens, I'm like, man.
You want to know how I know that this video should never been published? The camera tried to save these dudes, man. The focus was completely off, man. Low-key, you felt like you couldn't see them like you needed glasses, man. That was the camera trying to say, guys, you don't have to post this one. You don't need to post this one. Redo it. Do a do-over real quick, man. Stop attacking your fans. You can say everything else you said in the video. Don't say, I don't care if I lose 1 million subs, man. Fuck you if you don't agree. Like, that's not necessary, man. The camera really tried to save these dudes.
People are definitely gonna take they're gonna have a problem with it. I think what he was saying was a bit wild, but did he have the right to say it? I believe that he did have the right to say it. What I think was messed up thing, the weird thing, was him getting banned off all the social medias and stuff like that.
To be clear, he was banned off of Kick. And demonetized, which is like a degenerate platform for pedos and all kinds of KK. Like, they allow everything on that platform that you could imagine in terms of degeneracy. I thought that it was weird that this was where they drew the line.
Yeah, come on, Kick. Come on, Kick. Y'all know y'all don't got no standards, man. You got bad destiny, man.
But they did reinstatement, and I think he was demonetized on Twitter by Elon Musk. Free speech champion.
Yeah, the guy that says, oh, I'm going to buy this platform and I'm going to allow all the free speech, but then...
But he is allowing the free speech. He demonetized them. He's just not allowing him to get paid. But he's still there. He can still express his speech freely. I think Alvin Preach are making a very big mistake, man. If they continue to go down this path, yeah, they're gonna lose their YouTube channel, man. Their fans are gonna turn their backs on them because it's like they said, don't attack your fan base, man. You don't gotta attack these people, dude. They don't have to agree with you. That's okay. You can say, hey guys, we don't have to agree with this one. That's our boy. He's a little weird. We accept him like that. It is what it is. Was it fucked up what he said? He shouldn't have said that. What's the point? You get nothing out of it. But I personally do think that Destiny was having a mental breakdown right there live on Piers Morgan. And at the end of the day, I mean, listen, nobody's gonna get away with thinking that they can live that type of lifestyle. There's not gonna be no consequences to it down the line. You know, when you get married to a woman you love, bro, you try to have a relationship and you go out to the world talking about, yes, it can work for you. That's what you're into. It's like, no, the fuck it can't, bro. It never has and it never will, man. And then boom, she leaves with another man. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, that's a built-in pressure, but that's a time bomb, and it takes a long time to explode. But eventually, it's going to freaking explode, just like all those dudes do on Destiny's back, man. Peace! Talk less, do more is an embodiment of the spirit that the Broskee carries, because around here we don't talk about it, we be about it. So if you want to help support and grow the Broskee army, the Broskee channel, the Broskee movement, go out there and get yourself a little water bottle, man. If you're out there hitting them gyms, man, get yourself a little coffee mug to remind yourself, man, stop talking so much, man, and start doing. You know what I'm saying? So if you have some goals you're trying to attack, man, and you want to attach yourself to a meeting that's going to empower you, go cop that right now, man. The link is in the description box, man. Y'all see it below, man. Make sure you subscribe, like, share, and I see you next time.